The barbell back squat is a fundamental strength training exercise that targets the muscles of your lower body, including the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Proper form is crucial to maximize effectiveness and minimize the risk of injury. In the starting position, stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with your toes pointed slightly outwards about 15 to 30 degrees. Maintain the feet in the same position throughout the exercise, but create an outward rotation of your feet. So imagine you're screwing the feet, your toes, into the ground. This will help you to increase glute activation and to avoid valgus collapse. Position the barbell on your rear deltoids, just where your shoulder blades start. Most people tend to carry the bar too high on their back, which makes it harder to move a lot of weight and keep your upper body tight. Place your hands on the bar just outside of your shoulders. If you lack shoulder mobility, just grab slightly wider. Keep your elbows pointed down on back and pull down on the bar. This will help you to keep the bar in place, but also assist you to engage your lats that is attached to your lumbar spine, which then helps you to stay tight in your core and maintain a slight anterior pelvic tilt. This assists you later on going down in the squat and avoid butt wink. Keep your head in a neutral position, looking straight ahead. Avoid looking up or down excessively. Keep your chest up and proud, avoiding any rounding of your upper back. Pull your shoulder blades back and down, creating a stable base for the bar. Breathe into your belly, engage your core by bracing your abdominal muscle. Imagine tightening your core as if preparing for a punch. Begin the squat by bending at the hips and knees simultaneously. Think of sitting back into a chair rather than just bending your knees. Hips are tilted forward. Keep your weight on your heels and midfoot, avoiding shifting onto your toes. Ensure your knees track in line with your toes, possibly slightly out to increase glute activation. Avoid allowing them to curve inward, which is called valgus collapse, and increases the stress on your knees. The goal is to squat down until your thighs are at least parallel to the ground, or even lower if your flexibility allows it. Your individual squat depth is determined by your core stability, hip and ankle mobility, as well as the length of your upper leg, your femur. A great way to determine your squat depth is to place a dowel on your back that should be touching your head, between your shoulders, and on your sacrum throughout the whole movement. On the left, you see a perfect neutral spinal position. In the middle, the squat is too deep. The butt is not touching the dowel anymore, and the hips are tilting backwards, which create a butt wink and excessive stress on your spine. At times, a wider stand, which is often a good option for people with taller upper legs, can create artificially deeper squat depth. On the right, you see me with a heel lift. This can help when your ankle mobility is restricted to get in a deeper squat without losing form. As you come up from the bottom of the squat, push through your heels at midfoot. Focus on driving your hips forward as you rise. Maintain tension in your core and keep your chest lifted. Fully extend your hips and knees at the top of the movement. Do not lock out your knees forcefully. Stand tall at the top of the squat with your shoulders back and chest up. Take a moment to stabilize before beginning the next repetition. Inhale as you lower into the squat and exhale as you push back up. Proper breathing helps maintain your core stability. Generally speaking, work on your hip, ankle, and thoracic mobility to improve your squat depth and overall form. Avoid these common mistakes, like allowing the knees to curve in, or lifting the heels off the ground, or rounding the back, or leaning too far forward in the movement. Make sure you keep a core tight throughout the movement. These are good cues to remember. Sit back into the squat. Keep your chest up. Knees out, weight on your heels. Screw your feet into the ground. Drive through your heels. keep your whole body stiff as one unit.